Today is Monday, August the 13th, 2013. I do a lot of explaining, and what I'm working on is a YouTube channel I call Poverty Knock, and I use the name on that channel is Tom Z. Cruz Joad. Someday that'll all be explained. More will be revealed, as they say. And constantly, this is about living socially secure for those of us who have been fortunate enough to be in the workforce, and I've been in the workforce 48 years. I was actually working before that. I was a newspaper boy. That didn't count, except I was up 4 o'clock in the morning for a year and a half, including Sundays, and my sisters and my father would help me on Sundays drive my papers around. And so I have a gas oven, and when you're about to collect Social Security, and best I can figure out, I'm 29 days away from being a rightful claimant. What you have to do, and this is my first time using this camera, economic circumstances dictate this, because my favorite camera, which was my flip video, 7.5 years, it fell apart right in half, but I think I can salvage it. And then my second favorite camera, which I was mounting on my bike, is my GoPro. It seems to have died. I don't know why. Someday I'm going to get a little more time to research why and resurrect that camera. That's a really good word for a guy who's trying to be a holy Catholic. So part of trying to live social secure is to understand economics, in that a large number of our foodstuffs are subsidized either here or abroad. So if you read about subsidies, that means somebody's helping you with the net cost of the product. And in the mid-80s, French government was dealing with nationalization of their auto industries, and so they started subsidizing Renaults to send them back to America, because Renault had been here before but had failed. And so, based on that, I went and was able to purchase the brand new Renault Encore. As well, about 8 months later, I used Renault Encore. Sweet little machines. High gas mileage, excellent cars, because in Europe, they've been using 4-cylinder cars for years. We used to use them here in America. And that's M-U-R-K-E-R, America. So, following that example of my own, to live social secure, you've earned the retirement payments you're going to get. You say I'm not a rightful claimant yet. I'm in the process. But I used subsidized food. The European Union subsidizes Italian pasta. Like there's any other kind of pasta? Well, there is, but. So then I buy different. I buy different types of pasta, and when I was a union food processor, and I've done a lot of different types of things, I was a blender, and so Ahold, who owns Stop and Shop in the Northeast and Giant throughout the East Coast, is it's Royal Ahold out of the Netherlands. So there's a whole lot of subsidy as they're trying to grow their chain. So this is ancient grain spaghetti made with whole durum wheat. I can't pronounce all these. I know it's Malay, sorghum, and tel. I don't know what teff. But these are all ingredients that I used to put in blending when I worked in the factory, where I produced 10,000 pounds a day of industrial bread bases, and my specialty for that company was multigrains. because I had learned a way to blend it better than the original recipe, and they liked it and proved it. And so, with the recognition that pasta is one of the commodities that you can have that's really good for you, you have to think of your regularity as you get moving along in life. Very important to always be happy. And so I eat a lot of carrots. Carrots are another thing that are subsidized. If you get California carrots, that's, I think, some of the best, because Imperial Valley. So this morning, Monday, August 13th, 2018, spiritually preparing for the week so that I don't have to worry about if I have enough food, is it healthy for me. And so with my restaurant background, say food background, restaurant, I don't know, somebody said, you've done too much, and no, I haven't done enough. So I just jotted a line down and came to me. Now that we are all so old, isn't it that we realize that was the goal? So my agenda today is some communication about getting a job. I talked to a manager of a fairly large establishment yesterday, and she gave me a course of action to take, and I will do that. But in staying socially secure, I don't know if you can see that, but I can balance myself because I've been riding my bike all my life. At 2 years old, I could ride a tricycle. At 3 years old, I could ride a two-wheeler. At 3 years old, I ice skated on double-bladed skates in Newport, Rhode Island. And that's a good place to skate because it's very cold, so the ice was real thick. So I've always been an outdoor athlete. And, organized sports I never did well in because I didn't know the rules. I was a real tough guy. But I have come up with another way to relax, which is I get this 8.1% alcohol, extra malted barley, and I've done barley in food and malt in food, I know what that means. And what I've done is, serendipitously, one day about 2 weeks ago, I was pouring some leftover beer into what I thought was a cup. And instead what it was is, that cup, the bottom of it had coffee. So as I'm rambling on here, I'm cooking. Okay, so I'm watching it all, even on in shorts. I do have on shoes in case something spills on the floor on my feet. My legs can heal, but you need those feet. So I found out by mixing mixing is the key to life. Blending in correct proportions. There's an example of my story. So I found out that when I poured my leftover beer into that thing that had coffee in it, I created a little stiffener that will brace you up, as you see. And this is blowing over there. They're looking good for your Tonys. So they'll be the base of several different types of salads. In order to do this, and I haven't done this, I've mounted this camera, which is a Samsung tablet, another subsidized product from Korea. And so I discovered, and I reuse all my Gatorade bottles. I can't afford Gatorade anymore, so I have come up with some things. I save the bottles, and I carry 4 to 6 with me everywhere I go with tap water. Yeah. I got a bit of a tube. And so that'll be for, you know, some other time. Another subsidized food that I use is Nescafe Classico. I was using Folgers, but the Folgers was 20% more than this. And I've gone in 2 years from Starbucks at $100 a week because I was bringing it into the staff as well. And everybody loves when they have caffeine, and I love it when they drink the caffeine and clean the rooms and check the guests in faster. So what I do with this, I use more subsidized food. This is a particular brownie that I discovered, and my baking experience taught me about blending sugar together. In the factory we would use 80-pound bags of Domino's sugar, and sugar again is a subsidized industry. And with these subsidies, while they make a lot of people rich, they also give a lot of people jobs. And I'm not sure exactly the source of that sugar, but I'm going to bring it along a little more. Okay, I'm looking at my noodles and they're not quite done. Chill it down a little bit. Let it bubble over some more. So what I do is I take the little, so this particular brownie is called a Little Debbie Cosmic Brownie. And it has some light over here. This must be the clouds out. It's got little spots on it of concentrated like little sprinkles. Breaks in half, so you don't have to eat the whole thing. Because you don't want to eat a whole lot of sugar. It'll overwhelm your glucose, insulin, all that kind of stuff. So what I do is I take my Little Debbie and I break off little parts of it, just like that. Okay, and I make my own sugar, and that's what I use to sweeten my coffee. And I always used to drink my coffee black, and it's bad for your teeth and your appearance. So recently I try to drink that through a straw. But, so this comes in, you get 7 for $1. If I had any brains left, I could figure out what that is. 5 for $1, 20 cents a piece. So it's giving about 24, no, less than that. 7 and 2, 7 times 10, 7, so I don't know what it is. It comes to about 16 cents, I think, a cup of coffee. Far way down the cost effectiveness scale than the Starbucks. Now, I don't know how long this is going to keep videoing. Another thing is, I have exercise-induced asthma. So I have to constantly keep the water up. The more water you have, more water's flowing into your blood vessels and through your lungs. Helps with the positive charge right ions. So that's it. Instead of having 3 cups of coffee this morning, I'm up 2 1/3. I like that little trigger hit. 4 weeks ago, I paid $1.79. I think I got 8 Little Debbies. I still have 2.5 Little Debbies left. So, over 8 weeks, something like that, I've been able to get that sugar quotient, that sugar benefit. And another food that I use, again, blending experience. I blended epoxies, and I was a mason's tender, and that's the guy who brings the bucket of masonry material. And we worked in a lot of sausage factories. So sure enough, at the Ahold store, okay, I get Frank's made with chicken and pork. Because having worked in sausage factories, and we had to know the product line in order to know what flour was definitely going to stick under them. You're just as good. You could pay $5 for ballpark hot dogs. They're made in the same factory. They get 24 of these bad boys for $4. I cook up 5 or 6 at a time, sometimes 7. This is probably lasts me 3-4 weeks because I know they're the same ingredients. So again, subsidized food, okay? You don't have to have the brand, ballpark. You're not trying to impress your kids, your son's friends on a barbecue. We got ballpark. It means you've been playing baseball near them. No. A recent change to my diet is to go down from butter back to margarine. And margarine is essentially cooking oil. And in the food factory, we had an account where we blended margarine. Like in a food factory, yes, what you did is you take all these different types of glycols, this and that, and boil them up, and settle them down. Voila, you end up with a vegetable oil. That's Imperial, famous brand. 53% vegetable oil spread. Don't have to call it margarine anymore. And all the ingredients are the same. Gluten-free, 0 grams of trans fat, no partially hydrogenated oils. That's what we did. We hydrogenated the oils in the factory. And 70 calories per serving, and those calories, it says calories from fat, 70. So it's an artificial fat that when it comes in, you can get 3 weeks worth of lubricants for cooking and flavoring and adding a little butter to your taters. 99 cents. So this is kind of going to be the end of this particular video. On living socially secure, and in the background I'm going to let some classical music play. So I'll turn this on. I live right beside a mountain stream called Connettagwinnett Creek, and I live 600 yards from where it crosses the Appalachian Trail, and our water here in Country Village comes from the creek. So I always think I'm special. They call me Special Ed. So I see the creek where my water comes from, and when the water was very low, you can see how clear it was, and when it rains, and we've had a tremendous amount of rain, the mud is coming down from the nearby farms here in Middlesex Township, Cumberland County, Pennsylvania, in the center of the state. Very nice, wealthy, beautiful area with wonderful farms. A lot of nice cultures that mix here. Farm culture, suburbanites, mobile home park residents, and it's just a wonderful way to live. And so our water is pulled from the creek. So I went from drinking spring water to creek water, and you can Google that phrase under Appalachian English. That is the way that people speak around here, down to the creek. The other day I saw the water was still high in the creek, I didn't go in it. I'm blessed that we have a very nice pool here, and that water's got to come from the creek too. So a little bit later, after I do my employment reach out, I will ride my bike 4 miles. American-made bike, track with mostly Shimano parts from Japan, subsidized parts, and then I'll go swim in the creek, and then I'll come back and eat some subsidized food. Peace and love, One Bicycle Eddie. On this channel, povertyknock, gmail.com, and On this channel I go by Tom Z. Cruz Joad.